Right, we have here my Pegasus Quantum wing, and we are going to strip it down because it has, first off, a leading edge issue where the leading edge is delaminating along here and at the front, and I also got a tear underneath on this one here. There he is. I've got a tear in here, so I need to get this wing fabric off the metal, and we're just trying to work out what the best way is to do this. I haven't done this one before, so we're kind of making it up as we go along. So the first thing we're looking at is getting all these wires off here. So there's all the top wires, and I'm just going to disconnect them from the ends here, and as we disconnect them I'm labeling everything up. So we've got tape on here and I'm marking everything as to where it comes from. These parts on here move, so we're just making sure that that's fixed in place, and then we'll get all of this wiring loom off the top and then probably work on the wires underneath, and then we'll try and get the metal work out. So that's the first bit. I'm going to put you on time lapse and we'll start taking the wires off. Okay, this is taking apart the nose plate, and we've got some 11mm bolts coming through here, and two are round the opposite way, so we've got the bolt shaft coming through here and then here, and there are various spacers inside here, and they're all critical as to which way they go, so we need to be very careful as to where they came out of, so we put them back in. Everything's there's this strap as well, the leading edge strap, which goes all the way to the end of the wing and then wraps around the wing tip, and so we've taken that off and put labels on everything so we know where it goes back into, and we've marked the screw as well. So that's where this one's coming apart now. Okay, so we have the nose plate off now. It's dark in here. So we've taken all of the pins out of the nose plate, and that also allowed us to release the top rigging wire, which goes down through that slot in the wing and then attaches to the nose plate on there. So that's all come away, and we have all the parts in here all individually marked up as to where they are and what they do. So now we need to figure out what to do next. Alright, so next part we want to take the wing wires off. We've got everything free in the middle, and we've now got these upper wing wires attached to the leading edge inside of here. So we need to get underneath this, which is why we've got this stood on chairs, front, back, keel and far wing, and then we're looking to get inside the pocket down there to get to the wires in there and release them from the bottom, and then take them out of the top, and that should release all the top wires. Okay, so we're just taking the bolts out of the cross tube now and making a note of where all the wires go and which one's on the outside and which one's on the inside. So that bolt is holding the three wires in place, and we've got a wire on the front, he's in there, and we've got a wire in the back, and then I've got the upper wing wire coming in on the front of here with a cap on the top. So we're going to take that out, and that will allow us to take the top wire out, and I think all the top wiring then is free and we can remove it. Okay, so we have the bolts free at the bottom here now, and the wire can now be taken out from the top. So that's the right wing wire, which I need to, or where are we, for starboard wing wire, upper wing wire. So I'm going to mark that up in a minute, and then everything else I believe is free all the way over to this wire, which I still need to release. Okay, so now we have the undersurface sections here all unbolted, so all the wires and the bolts are out, and that allows us to take the bottom wires out. They are marked up so we know which one is the front and which is the back, and I've just put the bolt through with its nut on the top and the washers in the order that they came off. So now that top wire can come out, and with any luck that is all of the wires on the top 3. So let's see if we can take these wires away. Wait a minute, there's one more that we need to release. The only thing I have now is my luff wires. The trimming wire needs to come off, and that's just going to be a pin on here, so I'll do that one and we'll see if we can take it away. So that is the rigging pin disconnected from here, and that is now free. Oh wait a minute, those are just okay. He's on a walkabout. That looks like it's all separate individual parts that sit inside that cupping in there, which is the top of that. So we're going to label all that up to make sure we don't lose it. Okay, so we have all of the top rigging wires out now. So there is the top post, and then we're going off to the front, down to the back on this one, and then we've got the luff lines coming through here and being pulled down on this one through this pulley. So this all now needs to be packed away. Everything's good, it's all intact, everything's taped up, we know where everything goes. So we'll just put this in the bag and start on the lower rigging. Okay, so next thing that we want to do is get this cross tube, which is that long one there, the inside one, has to come out, and it's attached at the ends here. And I guess there's 2 ways of doing it. We could take this bolt out here, but I'm looking at this and thinking it's probably going to be easier if I take these 2 11 millis out here. Then that will come away from there. I can leave those cushions on there. That's free at this end, and it floats in the middle. So with any luck that will come out. So I'm going to take those bolts out of there. Okay, so we are getting the cross tube out now. It's free at both ends. We now need to free, this is at the keel, this is the keel bar, and then we've got the 2 cross tubes joined together in the middle here with there's a strap on there. Okay, that goes around the front of there. There's a fabric strap, it's very dark in here, and then a bolt that comes off there. Once that bolt is out, that cross tube comes away, and then we can take that out of the inspection pocket at the far end, and I should be able to do the same with this one, and then that's the cross tube out. So we have everything released down at that end for the cross tube, so that's all free. It's just sat in here, so I can get hold of the cross tube. I should be able to just get them out. And that is the left floating cross tube, or the starboard floating cross tube. And then we'll do the same with the other one, which is already out. Okay, so we're looking at the rear rigging wires now, and the rear rigging wires have a separate section of fabric on, so this fabric can stay put. So what I'm looking at is leaving those in place. I see it's attached to the uprights, but these ones here that go down through the middle of that keel pocket are now loose at the end, so I can pull those all the way out. And just do that from the front. So we'll come to the front and release that. Okay, so I have released those wires at the front now, so everything then comes out through there, and we now have no wires going in. Yes, we do. We have that wire going through there, and that is all. Okay, I didn't want to take it all the way out, I just wanted to push it through that hole. Yeah. Okay, so having released everything that we needed to do to get the leading edge free, we can now take the leading edge out of here. They're both already out, so I've got a leading edge down here that goes off that way, and the other leading edge out of that way. So the wings are now completely metal free, and I now have to figure out how to get the keel out and see what else is attached on there. I think the A-frame is going to have to come out from underneath. I'm going to have to dismantle that A-frame and then move it backwards, and then this fabric should all come off, and I've got my wing ready to go off for repair. Okay, so with the leading edges out, the only one that's left in now is the keel, and it appears to me that the only thing that's holding this in place is this bolt here. So if I take that bolt out, which is this bar that goes through to the back and lifts the keel up, then the fabric should pull. Actually, I don't even think I need to take that off. Do I? Yes I do, because there's a pocket under there. There's a pocket in there, so that's going to have to come off. So I'm going to have to take that bolt out and then slide everything forwards to get that out. Then maybe stuff I've got to take off underneath. So I'll take that bolt out first. Okay, that piece is now out with the bolt left in place. We are still attached at the back here. There is a fabric strap that comes from the sail and then attaches to that bar at the back in there, so I need to take that out. Okay, so with all of that disconnected, we were able to slide the fabric back off this keel over the uprights and then down over all of the wires, so the wires come out the end and there, and then I've got the fabric free of its frame, and now we need to get the mylar out of the leading edge, and that. Do you want to hold on to the far end of the leading edge for me? Just the far end there. I'm just going to pull the mylar. Okay, and then the mylar liner should come out. There he goes. And that's it. I now have my fabric ready to go off for repair.